Ken, Roczen, Charlotte, solid day for you. Obviously this round isn't as important as the next two, so to start SMX, I feel like this is a nice place to kick things off.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, like, you know, Ironman wasn't that great, Unadilla, whatever. I just haven't been feeling quite right, but that's coming back around, and it's nice to be able to tap into my fitness, actually sustain 2 motos and be able to charge in the second one. I felt better in the second one than even in the first one, and just like I'm still building a little bit, right? Like I just was off for too long, you know. I didn't do shit for like 9 weeks or something before I even started kind of working out again, and my leg was pretty much dead. So it's just nice to come here. It's nice to put up a fight. I'm okay with the 2/5, and honestly, my starts were good out of the gate in the second one. I spun on this piece of wood, which was a bit of a bummer, but it's almost like if I would have started in the top 3, I feel like I could have stayed there and you know, be in podium position. But in the first one especially, I really had to make some moves in the first half a lap to even get to where I was. And then, I honestly had a really solid day. I'm okay with it. It's something to build on. I think, so Larry's coming this week too, and we're gonna just mess a little bit. I was pretty happy with the bike in the last main. We kind of always were doing little tweaks, and we're gonna just try and get it better. But overall, like I said, it's something to build on. I'm starting to feel a lot stronger too, and starting to get in a good schedule and a routine. I think that's really important for a rider in general. And yeah, nothing really for me to complain about this weekend.
I feel like the most important thing with you is that I see flashes. As long as I see the flashes of like amazingness, I'm like, okay, it's there.
Yeah, and then no, I agree. And then once like the flat, then if I can go through it next weekend, have a good week, then there'll be more of that, you know. And then so you kind of just pick it up and go more and more. So like I said, great weekend to build on, for sure.
I know you said at Unadilla that your knee was not really in a great way. We've had 4 weeks since then. So has it been massive gains?
No, yes, because I'm doing a lot of exercise. Like I just still feel the weakness in it. It's more so when I do single leg stuff, just standing on my left and doing exercise, I can really tell the difference. But but along with that also comes, actually in this last week, it's actually been bothering me a little bit more. But it also depends on, like, say you work your left leg and you know you're getting it tired from all these exercises, then certain areas get tight too, and then when your soleus gets tight on your calf on the bottom or something, that can actually affect the knee. So there's still a little knick-knack stuff. It's not bad by any means, but you know, I can step on something or like turn a weird way, and it just kind of like, it makes it weak for a quick second. There's nothing wrong with it, but I notice it. It's not like my right one, but it is really nothing to really complain about. So again, I'm just getting it stronger and stronger and keep building it little by little.
Everyone would think that doing those 2 outdoors would be good for SMX, just to blow the rust off a little bit.
For sure.
Is it possible that maybe it hurt? Just the heat, throwing yourself in at the deep end? Would you have been better off coming into here completely fresh?
No, I don't think so, because when I kind of get into my, like, I guess you want to call it flare-ups or whatever, like me just resting doesn't do me any good either, you know what I mean? So I think sometimes in general it's good to get your ass kicked, and it's because last year I didn't get hurt, right? So throughout the summer I could kind of do, and even if I had these problems a little bit and I might not feel good, I wasn't racing, I was fine with it. I was able to fight through it, and then once SMX time come, I was actually starting to feel really good. Now it showed a lot more because it was right at that time. I know people don't want to hear it, but literally as I announced that I'm racing Unadilla and the 250 was kind of like the first day of like, like, just don't really feel that great, right? And then I can't shake it off within a day or so, you know? It just takes a little bit of time. But then I didn't want to back out of it either, and I just kind of have to fight my way through it and do the best I can to I guess, manage it. It's miserable on the day, like Ironman, I was really fucking miserable, not gonna lie. But then again, I think it was still good to I don't know, just kind of go through the motions and get a gate drop in and everything. And funny enough is that I used to be an outdoor guy, right? Now I've ridden so much Supercross and not motocross that once I got back on Supercross, it felt a lot more natural, actually. So I don't know, I still think it was good for sharpening your skills. It may not have shown like my best self, but I was okay with that. You have to go through the crappiness, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, people always think you come back and win right away, and maybe I used to be like that, maybe not right now, but I still needed those couple of weekends just to build and see where I'm at, and it's just good to be in the environment of racing anxiety, if that makes sense, like the butterfly in your stomach, the adrenaline. Like, I think it's because if I wouldn't have gone to the race, I would have been at home, and you just you don't get that, and I would have had this as my first race and would have struggled with other stuff, you know?
And I guess like Unadilla and Ironman, you push yourself so far that you can tell yourself coming into here that this cannot be as bad as that.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So even if you're in a lull, that can kind of drive you forward.
Because you've kind of already like up the ceiling a little bit, right? So you're kind of used to that sufferfest, so it just feels a lot more familiar.
Yeah. Last thing, you mentioned there that, you know, people don't want to hear it when you talk about health stuff. I feel for you in that way because your greatest quality is you're so honest.
Yeah.
But then also you get the blowback, so it must be tough for you to, you want to tell your story, but then you know, stupidly, some people don't want to hear that. Weird deal.
It's mainly because people always think it's an excuse.
Yeah.
I have talked about this for fucking 7 years now, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just saying this for fun, you know what I mean? I can just tell. But then again, it doesn't really matter, you know? Sometimes I don't talk about it. But, you know, I want to be honest, and like if I go out and most people know what I'm capable of, and then, you know, I just tank and it goes completely sideways, there's most likely something wrong, you know what I mean? So anyways, I wasn't feeling quite right, and but I still decided to go racing, so.